China is the hometown of tea. The earliest tea trees in the world were cultivated here, and thus appeared the first cup of tea. Only one tea leaf can be transformed into countless flavors with the dexterous hands of Chinese people, forming 6 main types of tea. Green tea is the most fresh drink among all kinds of tea. To brew green tea, apart from smelling and drinking tea, you also need to appreciate the good posture of tea leaves, so it is suitable to drink with a glass. Green tea without fermentation retains the freshness of leaves to the greatest extent, so the water temperature should not be too high. When the boiled water is left for 1 to 2 minutes with temperature of 85 degrees Celsius, it can be poured into cup. Tea leaves will instantly rotate, float and settle down, just like a little girl dancing gracefully. Curly leaves will unfold as if it were reborn. Among all kinds of tea, green tea has the most famous brands, such as the Dongting Bilyuakan tea, which curves like a snail, flat and straight tea leaves of Taiping Hokue, Luan leaf tea made of single pieces of fresh leaves from Luan City Anhui Province, etc., but the one ranks the top in China is Longjing. Longjing is a name for the tea, literally dragon well tea. Longjing means also a place, a village, and a spring. The ancient Chinese believed that this well was connected with the sea with a Chinese dragon in it, so it was called Longjing. In the middle of February in lunar calendar, the weather is barely warm but still cold. After the rest of autumn and winter, fresh green tea buds in tea garden have been full of vigor and vitality. Theanine is a unique amino acid of tea plant. It is the main source of the fresh taste of tea leaves, which is hardly found in other plants. At this moment, theanine level in the leaves has reached its peak, and it is the best time of the year for picking Longjing tea.
Tea grows quickly in sunny days, but slowly when it rains and gets cold.
Our local tea farmers in Westlake have a saying, "A day earlier earns you a treasure, while a day later leaves you a blade of grass."
The change of weather has a great influence on the growth of spring tea.
Tea grows quickly in sunny days, but slowly when it rains and gets cold.
The aroma of tea is determined by aromatic substances, which are extremely unstable and easily decomposed by high temperature. Because the temperature is generally low before Tomb Sweeping Festival, these aromatic substances are well retained. However, the sudden hot weather wakes up the tender buds and leaves violently, which makes them growing fast. This is undoubtedly a piece of bad news for tea pickers.
The leaf is too old and the bud at the bottom is too tender to be taken out. Today's standard is 1 bud 1 leaf. If we don't pluck them today, the temperature of today is so high, it may become 1 bud and 2 leaves tomorrow. Initially, it was superfine tea, but if it becomes 1 bud and 2 leaves, it may become first-class tea. If you pluck later again, it will be second-class tea. If not picked in time, it will seriously affect tea quality.
The tea picked before Tomb Sweeping Festival is as dear as gold for its fresh taste. More tender the buds, more higher the percentage of amino acids, which are the main components with fresh taste.
As the temperature gets higher, the amino acids begin to slowly convert to tea polyphenols. Its flavor changes a little bit, and the bitterness increases as well. It doesn't taste as fresh as before.
Most of the tea trees cultivated in tea-producing areas of the Yangtze River Basin are shrub varieties, mainly with small leaves, which are especially suitable for making green tea. The subtropical monsoon climate brings abundant rainfall and moderate temperature in spring, very suitable for the growth of tea plants. Tea producing area in the Yangtze River Basin is also one of the main producing areas for green tea in China. When tea leaves is harvested, enzymes in the cells oxidize in response to oxygen and quickly change leaf color. This oxidation process must be prevented by killing green to inactivate enzyme. The aroma of tea comes from the sense of temperature by artisan's palm.
That aroma is strengthened through roasting. We stir-fry tea by a subtle touch of hands. We can even do it by hands with our eyes closed.
This procedure requires to stir the tea by hands without tea dropping out of the pot. With diversified techniques, substances or components with the low boiling point of leaves bearing grass odor will volatilize, while reducing the bitter taste of glycosides.
The hands need to roll the tea. People who can do it will roast properly. You will be scalded if you are naive.
Every spring, masters for stir-frying should sit in front of the pot in a seat arrangement as particular sequence according to the rank of their skills. It is a great honor if somebody's rank is upgraded. It looks very easy, but it needs to be practiced arduously. Stir-frying tea for 10 to 15 minutes, ensuring that substances of each leaf have been fully transformed, leaves and buds gradually intertwine together. After the roast, 60% of the moisture of the tea leaves has been dried. Next, through the sift, collect the leaves with same size together for the procedure of pan roasting.
This tea is already very dry, and we need to put it down. When the leaves dry out without any moisture, comes out of its aroma.
After 3 times of repeated stir-frying, 2.5 kilograms of fresh leaves can produce 0.5 kilograms of dry tea. Roasted Longjing tea, with the color of green and mild yellow, looks smooth and flat, like a bull nail.
The first life of Longjing tea is its growth on the tree. When it is soaked in a cup, it will bloom again, ushering in the second life. When its second life flourishes, it also wants to show itself to the world with a very beautiful posture.
The best Westlake Longjing tea tastes the same like fried bean or orchid, with fragrance lingering between teeth, making tasters deeply amused. Archaeological evidence shows that tea was first cultivated in China around 6,000 years ago. Tea was first used for medical purposes in China. In a Chinese legend, tea was discovered and nurtured by Shennong, divine farmer tasting hundreds of herbs, then it gradually became a popular drink. In the Tang Dynasty, Japan sent envoys on a large scale to learn skills of steaming green tea, which became the origin of matcha tea ceremony in Japan. In North Africa, green tea is boiled in copper kettles and served with mint and sugar, as the best choice for Moroccan people. Whatever it is, Japanese matcha, mint green tea from distant North Africa, or Chinese green tea, they are popular worldwide with immortal souls, jointly strengthening diversified aromatic flavors that span times.